Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 58, I think, of Rogues to Riches. So, gentlemen and lady, the six of you are at your place in Boston. Roy, actually, before I start anything else, we need to resolve some unfinished business. You were carousing recently with your friends. Who else went carousing? They may remember. There was three of you, I think.
Probably me.
It was me.
For sure, I always go carousing.
Yep, it was all four of us.
Same here.
And I think
Okay.
Thaddeus went home first, and then me and Evan came home later.
Rob, do you want to roll 3d6 or do you want me to roll 3d6 for you?
Six,
Say again?
5, 6, 5, and 3.
Woo! 14. So you spend 1,400 silver pieces.
Whoa.
How many silver pieces do you have?
I'll have to look at that right now. Let's see. Oh, I think it shows at the top, doesn't it? No. It's back over here. I'm getting there. Silver pieces. So far, I can't find it. I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Money.
I know I've seen it on here one time or another. Maybe it's.
It should be SP or GP or both, maybe, if you have gold and silver.
No. Oh, okay.
Did you find it?
32, 37 silver pieces.
You have 32 gold pieces?
30, no.
No,
Silver
just
pieces.
37 silver pieces?
No. 32, 37. So it's 3.
Oh, you have 3,237.
You should have gold because I gave him a bag full of gold.
Yeah, it's probably converted into silver. So, wow, 3,237. That's a lot of silver. Okay, so yeah, you spend 1,400. So you have what, 1,837 left. Okay, give me a poison save, please. And you can add 1,400 experience points to your character sheet as well.
Okay. Maybe if you just write that down and just send it to me or something, so I can't do it fast.
I'll message it to you right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I roll what, D6 again? You just told me to roll point. Oh.
No, roll a saving throw, poison save, D20. Sorry.
Okay. Got confused. I rolled an 18. And
you rolled a 19? Is that what you said?
18.
Yeah, you passed. So you don't suffer any ill effects,
Yay.
you know, from your drinking, etc.
Anything else that I do?
Windows. Nope, that would take care of your carousing. So you just spent a lot of money and you got 1,400 experience points.
Yeah, great.
That was on your night out in Boston with the lads. I don't know if you guys all stuck together or not. Nobody failed their saves anyway, I don't think, right? So everybody is good. All right. So that takes care of that. Now, I will once again put up the map of the region. Obviously, you guys are in Boston, which is at the very northern kind of extremity of that map. There is something I wanted to read to you, and of course I don't have the page open to the right page, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay. So this is the beginning, basically, of the England Upturn'd adventure. And so I just want to kind of read to you a little bit of kind of setting, whatever you want to call it, setting the scene and the time and all that. Obviously, you are in southern Lincolnshire. This area is called the parts of Holland, or part of Holland, sorry. There is currently, politically and kind of regionally speaking, King Charles, one of his many money-making schemes that he's doing as he's currently trying to raise an army. He has resorted to the sale of licenses to drain the Lincolnshire fens, right? Because currently it's like the Florida Everglades of England, basically. At this time, in this time period, it's swampland. But King Charles, in an effort to raise money so he could raise his army to, number one, drive out the Scottish invaders in the northern parts of England. Number two, potentially defend against, well, it's no longer an issue so much. The Irish are pretty much in line with the king. But also, of course, Parliament is trying to raise an army of their own, and the king wants to make sure he can secure his rule if he needs to, because things are pretty tense right now. So in order to raise this money anyway, one of his many schemes is selling licenses to drain the Lincolnshire fens, which of course pisses off all of the locals because their lifestyle here basically has evolved around hunting and fishing the common land, which was necessary to supplement unreliable living from arable farming and herding. The fens were unpleasant places to live and work, but the locals all considered it to be their basically malarial swamps held in common. And these various aristocrats and gentlemen who are now stealing this land from the people by draining it and then making the resultant farmlands their own personal property, all of course of which they've paid the king for. The area is also a stronghold of Puritanism, the most radical section of the Church of England and the religion of the most vehemently rebellious parliamentarians. The nearest large town, of course, is Boston, which is where you currently are. The area is the original home of many of the colonists who left England for Massachusetts and the other American colonies in the 20s and 30s. So in 1638, basically, so 4 years before we are currently in the campaign, many ordinary Scots and their church leaders had signed the National Covenant, swearing to maintain Presbyterianism in their country, come what may, but still professing loyalty to the king. King Charles had plans to Anglicanize, is that the way? Yeah, Anglicanize, I guess, the Scottish Church and create one church and one kingdom from the disparate parts of the British Isles. This caused riots and armed rebellion, as well as the invasion of the northern counties of England by Scotland. So Charles was now forced to call a parliament, something he had not done since 1629. As only a parliament could approve the taxes that he needed to raise this army, an army large enough and well equipped enough to take on the Covenanters that were invading in the north. This so-called short parliament immediately started demanding redress for the 11 years that he had spent ignoring their needs and the needs of the common people, and he consequently dismissed the short parliament. In late 1640, more elections were called, and the so-called Long Parliament basically, well, I guess it's actually so-called in the future. It's probably not called the Long Parliament currently. It's only been in place since late 1640. But the current Parliament was called, which again took up the demands for reform where the last had left off, including reviving the 1628 Petition of Rights. Charles was desperate enough that he agreed to the impeachment of the Lord Deputy of Ireland, Thomas Wentworth, Earl of Strafford, over an alleged incident where Strafford had threatened to use an Irish army raised to attack the Scots rebels to instead invade England and sort out the grumbling dissenters there. Similarly, Parliament also imprisoned Archbishop Laud in the Tower of London, as he was responsible for much hated popish changes to the Book of Common Prayer that had triggered the Scots rebellion in the first place. The Scots are violently anti-Catholic. Strafford ended up writing to the king, asking him to sign his own death warrant, and in the hopes, of course, that Parliament would blame him for all the failings of Charles's government, and give Charles thereby a chance to reconcile Parliament and then get the funds he needed to field an army against the Covenanters, who had now quite cheekily submitted a bill to their anointed king for the expense of occupying northern England. Stafford was executed in 1641, and this inflamed the Irish, and then they also revolted, attacking and massacring all of the English and, well, maybe not all, but massacring the English and Scottish Protestant settlers in Ulster. They somehow believed that they had the king's blessing to expel the settlers, and most certainly feared attack from the rabidly anti-Catholic Scottish Covenanters. So that's kind of the situation. The need for an English army to reunify the realm is obvious to everyone, but who will control it? Parliament certainly doesn't trust the king, whose chief minister had so recently threatened to use an Irish army to suppress them, and whose previous military efforts had been disastrous. Parliament claimed control, but the king refused to sign their militia ordinance regarding the defense of the realm as very much a core duty and prerogative of himself, the king. In January of this year, he marched into Parliament with an armed escort to arrest the 5 most rebellious Puritan MPs and a member of the House of Lords, claiming that they had encouraged the Covenanters to invade. However, the members had been tipped off and were already in hiding. Armed men in Parliament was the last straw, and the London mob threatened a riot. Charles then fled to Oxford along with a number of loyal members of Parliament and members of the House of Lords. The remaining MPs at Westminster passed the militia ordinance on their own cognizance and claimed the right to raise an army. And in response, the king and his Oxford Parliament revived the late medieval custom of issuing commissions of array and began sending recruiters out into the shires. So that is the more or less, kind of current situation here in the part of Holland. Lincolnshire, Boston specifically, I guess. Like I said, I know a few of you are ranters. I think, has everybody declared, like, are you guys really a pro-king party? I think you'd said that before. You were all kind of had royalist leanings. Yeah?
I was kind of in the middle on that, like neutral.
Okay, cool. So there's no
I was
necessary...
more
I think I
leaning
prefer
towards
the
king.
king over
Okay.
the Parliament, or
Okay.
I prefer the king over the Puritans.
None of you guys have signed up for any local militias or anything, though, and
No way.
are prepared to engage in armed
I
rebellion
would rather get
or
paid than do that.
rebellion squashing, right?
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Praise the Lord.
Because, I mean, it's not exactly a spoiler to say the English Civil War is going to be starting in a few months.
I'm kind of more of a planter.
Which will basically be the round-headed, or the Roundheads, they were called, because of their helmets, the pro-parliamentarians, which will fight against the king, King Charles, and his loyalists, or who are also often referred to as the Cavaliers because they wore fancy hats and shit.
Big hat.
You were wearing a nice hat, aren't you, Rupert?
Yeah, but sometimes I wear a Morian helm when I go into battle, so
Fair enough. There you go.
I'm more of a freelancer anyway, and I don't really like the king, but I don't like Puritans even more because they got rules. I don't do rules.
Well, what else can I tell you? Basically, where's the bit here? There's another one of these, lords or whatever, one of these, gentlemen who is currently, and this is just rumors and things you would have heard around Boston, things you probably would have heard that night you were out carousing and stuff as well. People would have been talking about. Would have been the Earl of Lindsey specifically. Is as well as I think, let me see, was there somebody else with him? Yeah, and a few other gentlemen, apologies, but Earl of Lindsey is the biggest name, and a few other gentlemen are currently being currently holding a license and are draining some of the fens around the village of Fosdyke. Fosdyke or Fosdyke? Do you know how to say that, Josh?
Fosdyke.
Fosdyke. Thank you.
Yep.
Josh is our resident expert on all things Lincolnshire. Is it Lincolnshire or Lincolnshire?
Lincolnshire. Lincolnshire.
Lincolnshire?
Yep.
Sheer. S-H-I-R-E is sheer.
Yep.
Right. Got it. Lincolnshire. What language is
Well,
that?
well, it's actually spelled Shire, but it's pronounced Shire.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hard one to shake because of the Shire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
English pronunciations always throw me off. That's why I'm glad to have you here, Josh.
In English.
So Fosdyke. Yeah, where is he here? Ah, yes. I believe, yes. No, that is not. What am I missing here? I am missing an entire fucking chapter somehow. Don't know how I did that. Ah, here it is. So yeah. So obviously the Earl is a royalist, leaning. He also has, also rumored his ditch diggers that are, doing the job, doing the real work with this lords and these other gentlemen are Irish Catholics, which also has a lot of the locals kind of fired up as well. A lot of people are not happy about the situation. Obviously, the Puritans, which is what most of the people around here are not fond of the Catholics at all. And of course, too, they're also not very fond of the king and the royalists and these rich, gentlemen and privileged lords coming in and stealing their fenlands. There is actually, yeah, let me see here. Give me a D6 roll. Who all was carousing?
I was last night.
I was.
Okay, all of you roll a D6, please, and tell me what you roll.
3.
Just 2.
Okay.
4.
And Rob, do you want me to roll, or you want to roll D6?
Roll a 3.
Roll it for me if you would.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. All right, Roy, you heard I rolled a 1, by the way. You heard a particularly juicy rumor too that not only are locals pissed off about this, these gentlemen coming in with their Catholic ditch diggers and stealing basically the lands where they, some of the locals actually graze their cattle and shit. A lot of people in this area would do that because, like I said, they consider it all common land for the people who live here. But there's also a man in Fosdyke currently who is who's said to be a witch hunter, a witchfinder. Sorry, witchfinder specifically is the word. And he is trying to drum up basically a crew, if you will, to potentially arrest and deal with a witch that he believes is in the company of the Earl of Lindsey. So you've got royalists and their Catholic ditch diggers stealing the land. You've got this, well, basically, actually give me a D20 roll, Rob. I want to see how much information you got about this witchfinder.
Okay. Give me a second here.
Or I can roll for you if you want.
Go ahead, yeah.
I rolled a 17. So he's foreign, a foreign man, and a Puritan apparently as well. And the person you spoke to believes he's Danish or something. So you've got this Danish witch finder firing up the local Puritans about a potential witch hunt, as it were.
I'm sure we'll be talking
Specifically,
about things.
by the way, I should mention that specifically in the case of this witch hunt, the crimes that this witch is being accused of is like a type of not diablerie. What's it called when you deal with demons and shit? Sorcery, basically. What is it called when you fucking
Demonology?
something like that? Yeah, whatever. I was gonna say diablerie, but
Witchcraft, really.
Diabolist.
I guess you would call it.
Demon.
People would call it witchcraft if
whatever.
Old
Yeah,
terms.
basically they're calling it witchcraft, but we're not just talking about some local hedge farmer here. This is somebody who supposedly trucks with Satan and demons.
I think diablerie is right, isn't it?
Might be. See, I keep thinking of fucking vampire now, Vampire the Masquerade or whatever, when I hear that word, and of course it has a completely different meaning. But yeah. Anyway, so that's the rumor that you heard.
So you're talking about Warlock?
Maybe something like that. Yeah. Anyway, the word's not important. The information is.
So probably in the morning time we're all gossiping and talking, and he'll tell that story along with whatever other stories he had from the night before, and listening to their stories.
Okay. And this might even be like a couple days later or something. It might have even been something that you heard, not on that, because you were pretty drunk that night. But either way, I'm not specifically saying what date it is because I want it to be a specific date when something happens. So for the moment, just keep that quiet. But not more than a couple days has passed.
All right, so I know about this witchfinder then.
Yeah, everybody that was, like in our common room,
And he's
gossiping, talking.
Yeah, he's sharing the whole
we're
information, I
eating.
presume. Yeah.
and this guy's in town then, right?
No, this is in Fosdyke.
Okay.
It's close. It's on the map.
Better look out, Ariana.
What are you insinuating?
I heard witch finding is a lucrative business. You could string up any old woman and get paid.
True.
Maybe we should look into this. And I'll kind of side glance over at Ariana.
And I give you the Death Star. I kind of guessed.
Rob. Or somebody for Rob. I'm outside at the moment, so not me. But give me one more D20 roll. No, give me one D6 roll. Sorry, one D6 roll.
4.
Okay, cool. No more information. Just
Well,
wanted to get
Ariana, if there was a rival witch in the area, you'd want to know about that, right? Maybe we should into this.
Right.
Did you just call her a witch?
Rupert. As I've said 1,000 times, I'm not a witch.
My eyes will kind of.
Why you're denying it?
I was just gonna say we haven't seen her cast yet, have we?
I don't think so.
What do you call it then?
What
are you talking? What are you talking about, Rupert? Elaborate.
I thought we already discussed this. You don't have to hide with us. You can be.
We have, but I have said that I am not. I don't know what you think I am.
What
Are we?
Why are you here?
Are we in like a common room with like a lot of people in it?
No, this is the house you guys are renting.
Yeah, I sleep in there basically. I sleep on the floor.
Yeah, she sleeps on the floor in this room.
Yeah.
But what is your expertise then?
I'm an outdoor specialist. I deal with the outdoors. I make herbal medicine, and I know how. I'm good at hunting.
What do you call making herbal medicines? Midwifery?
Herbalism?
Yeah, herbalism.
So you're an herbalist. Okay, so let me rephrase. If there was a rival herbalist in town, wouldn't you want to know about it? Trade recipes or see what he's up to? He might have better than you.
Not really. I don't know why you'd think I'd be interested in something like that.
Okay.
I just stick to myself, Mr. Alcock.
Well, why did that guy say
Lord Alcock?
this is all? I don't know. Your whole arrival here is strange. I'm starting to wonder about you, Ariana.
About what? What have I done that's so made you think that I'm some kind of weird
Look how you dress.
witch?
No proper English woman would dress like that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Yes, but this is how we
What are
dress
these
in
weird books
Spain.
you read? What is this stuff?
Isn't she Spanish? I don't know where that accent came from. That was out of left field.
I am Spanish. It's how we dress over there. And these are my normal books.
And
Yeah,
you
because
scoffed at Jesus. Which religion are you then? Oh, see, only witches don't believe in God. And you scoffed when I said something about demons one time. You're like, there's no such thing as demons. Well, then you tell me what's going on here.
Rupert, shall I get the rope?
it's
No,
all just.
I was trying to put you at ease. Like, if you were a witch, I'd be cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's all just happenstance. There's no such thing as demons. It's all.
Well, then
Everything can be explained.
how? With what?
There's a simple
Your
explanation for everything.
What? There's no. What do you call that cow that we got?
Just some form of inbreeding, I guess.
No inbreeding. No, that has never produced a fire-breathing mythological creature.
It didn't exactly breathe fire.
I mean, fire shedding.
It
Yeah.
just caustic shit.
It shat
How
fire.
do you know? How do you know that?
I guess
How do you
you're
know
right.
that-
It was rather unimpressive. I was expecting something snorting fire and charging at us. It was just so you're saying we just went out there and killed some poor helpless shitting calf.
Yeah, basically, just something that wasn't meant to be at this point in time. Maybe it will be more accepted in a few hundred years. Who knows?
I'm confused. I want to go have a drink.
And the books I'm reading, they're my journals.
Aha.
I don't like reading.
Yeah, only witches and sorcerers deal in writing and stuff.
No, people who like to keep track of what they're doing in their daily lives. Also,
So what you're keeping track of? You're keeping track of what we're doing?
What I'm doing.
Are you writing about us in there?
Well, you're in here, Alka.
Let me see that book.
Let me see that book.
Yeah, there you go. I passed from the
Give me that. What does it say? I turned to a random page.
We'll just say it's about Alcock and how I find he's quite handsome for an Englishman.
Aha, I knew it. What else does it say about me?
Wait, what does it say about me? I'll look for something about Evan.
It's just titled Evan Conley, but there's nothing in there yet.
Oh, well. There's a lot to say. Of course, it's going to take a while.
But everyone else has like a couple of pages on them, but Evan has nothing on them.
That's because they're just boring people. Very easy to write.
So you're a spy. That's worse than a witch.
No, I'm not a spy. I just like to keep notes of what I'm doing and who I'm doing what with.
What if I get a book and I start keeping track of what you're doing?
I'd be
fine.
okay
with that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch your every move.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm gonna be with you night and day.
Well, I don't think you'd be complaining about that, would you?
I don't think you'd be complaining about that either.
Well,
So, well, if it's gonna be like that, you can move your stuff up into my room then. You don't have to sleep out here on the floor.
I think we should talk to this witchfinder.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
maybe we
Maybe
should.
maybe we can get some real insight to the behavior of a witch.
yes,
Might
since
come in handy.
doesn't want to share her insights.
Plus, I'm sure he'll be able to sniff around and see if this woman is the real deal or not.
Who you mean Ariana or
Yeah, Ariana.
oh you want to sick him on it? Well, I don't know about that because I know some of these guys can get pretty carried away with their work. I mean, you even said any woman will do. They'll find a reason to call her a witch.
Well, we can get paid though.
Yeah, but she's look what it says about me in here. I don't want to get rid of her. Look, she likes me.
Uh,
And she's an exotic.
We can sell her to him, and then we can come back and rescue her.
I like that idea a lot.
Do I have a say in this, gentlemen?
No.
I mean, if you have the amount of money that he would pay for you and you just give it to us, then we wouldn't need to take you over there and sell you and then rescue you. So
Who are we
maybe a
gonna-
little less than what he would have paid us.
I
Just
don't
how
think
we're gonna rescue.
you can't sell somebody to a witch finder. They might be burned or hanged by the time you get to buy them back. I don't know if he'd sell it.
Or we just go speak to him normally
Yes. Let's speak to him normally.
and not try to say that I'm a witch or whatever, because I really don't fancy being burnt at a
What's the
stake for no
cover story?
reason.
Might wanna have your little special book.
Well, I could be persuaded for a couple paragraphs in your book.
You'll get your pages, Evan.
I'm just saying, I'm a very interesting man.
Well, listen, you should probably dress like a regular English woman, cover up all your skin, and act very normal and plain because we don't want him to have any reason to think you're a witch. And sexual promiscuity is a big one.
But this is how I feel comfortable.
We should get her a nun outfit.
Feeling comfortable in England at this time with all this crap going on.
England is a unusual place.
So we're all in agreement then to the witchfinder.
Yes, let's rush off quickly. Put some clothes on, woman.
Perhaps you should dress as a boy. That would solve a lot of problems.
I don't know if I'd be.
That sounds like a whole other crime in and of itself.
I don't know if she'd be able to cover it up very well.
Tie something around your chest really tightly. Probably constrict your breathing. Oh well, it was an idea. I just figured that way you didn't have to worry about being considered a witch.
And that's the thing. If I put a cloak over I would look even more suspicious with a cloak over covering my face. So.
Dress as a widow. Everybody leaves widows alone because they know they're mourning. So if you had a net, the thing over your face, like a widow, and a hanky in your hand.
Well, she probably would have. She probably has a black dress in her one bag she brought with her. So,
what was the name of your husband that died? I mean, your fake husband. That way, if anybody asks us, we'll all have the same story, and we won't be telling them it's George, Robert, and Fred.
Or you just say you're Lady Alcock, and I got you on an expedition and an exotic beauty, and she's my wife, and then they'll leave you alone.
Okay. We'll do that, Mr. Alcock.
Fine. So I guess if they question you about your dress, they'll have to talk to me about it.
Yes.
Tell them you're from afar and you're used to warmer climates or whatever.
I guess I will do. We'll have to. Yes. Well, should we be on our way, gentlemen?
Get our horses.
I guess I'll have to ride with you, Lucas.
Are we bringing the cart?
I want to make sure I have enough rope before we leave. I have a feeling I'm going to need it.
How much rope do you have currently?
I got 150-foot rope.
How many more do you want?
I think another 50-foot would do.
Okay, 3 silver.
All right, done.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'll be
that's
leaving
something
my
I
horse
forgot.
here. I'll leave my horse here, and I guess I will share Rupert's horse.
If we were gonna bring a cart, you could ride in the cart, I guess.
Yeah.
Does it still have acid burns on it?
It's a good point.
Now we sold that one to the guy who
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh,
We're
Just
gonna need a
saying.
new.
all right, then you can ride with me, I guess. Actually, just ride your own horse. I don't want to be encumbered in case something happens.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll ride my own horse.
Isn't this person in town that we're supposed to go see?
No, they're in another town
Neighboring village.
up north, I think.
No, south to Fosdyke.
South.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a
Onward.
village. It's a village. The only real town around here is Boston, I think.
All right. Well, that's where we're going, to the witchfinder.
Where was the town we were at for the cow? Was that?
Well, do you have the map?
Yeah. Was that
Okay.
Wybert?
I'll
Or
put
no?
it back up here. No. I have to look at the map
Frampton?
to tell you. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, it was Frampton, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we'll be passing Frampton on the way to.
Not exactly, but Frampton's off that road there that kind of heads east-northeast from
Oh
Curtin.
yeah. We'll be
You guys will be going south from there. You'll be going Wibberton, Curtin, Albuquerque. Oh, wait, is Fosdyke not on that map?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. And then from Albuquerque to Fosdyke. Sorry. My map is so weird. I still don't understand why my map is so different in the book from the PDF one. But yeah, that's correct anyway. Yeah. So Wibberton, Curtin, Albuquerque, Fosdyke.
Right.
Is it Fosdyke with Fosdyke or Fostdyke?
It's Fosdyke on this map.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking Josh because he
Yeah,
lives near there.
There's no T in there.
Okay. Maybe that's the old map, which I have. I assume this is old in my print copy. It has a T in it, Fosdyke.
Yeah, it might have. Either the
But then again, in the book, it's spelt though without the T. So yeah. It's the rest of the book.
Yeah.
It's without the T. Okay, cool. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, I kind of like my map a little better. This map is prettier, the one that I'm showing on the screen. But my map is a hex grid map, and yeah, I kind of like it better. Anyway, it's not as pretty, but it's more functional. One second. You throw a shoe at the cat. There we go. Okay. Stop climbing the curtains, jackass. Okay, so you guys just riding out then, yeah? Any other provision that needed to be done? No? Everybody's good?
Yeah, I'm all good.
What, 4 or 5 miles?
I picked up a
Okay.
grappling hook.
No, it's like by the road, it's gonna be about 8 miles. It won't take you that long though to get there. So like, what time are you leaving? Are you leaving in the morning? Are you leaving? It's entirely up to you what time of day you want to leave. Midday, noon. So
Yeah.
you'll be there well before dinner. I would say if you're leaving at noon, riding on horseback, you'll be there in the kind of mid-afternoon. Let's say around 3 o'clock. Okay. So what horses and ponies and carts and stuff and all that are we taking?
Oh, I'm riding on mine now.
You're riding on your own horse?
Yeah.
Horse.
Okay.
I have my own horse.
Yeah,
I
5
as
of
well.
you have your own horses. Roy had a donkey and a
Well,
cart, I think, right?
Yeah.
Is that right, Rob?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And
okay,
then
cool.
we had a cart.
he
Yeah.
had a cart.
I'm sure we got a brewer to replace the cart.
Oh, right. Yeah, you lost the cart, didn't you?
I think it's about time we got him a horse.
Well, the
Poor
cart was
boy riding
the cart was
that,
wrecked.
pony.
Didn't you pay for a new cart last session? No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we picked up a new cart.
Yeah, I think you did.
Or you get a saddle and ride the donkey.
Yeah.
Go for the cart.
Okay.
At least you got something to carry stuff in.
So as you
if need
ride,
to.
the first village you go by will be Wibberton. Wibberton or Wyberton, Josh?
Wibberton.
Wibberton. Okay.
Yep.
Wibberton has a castle. That's something remarkable about it. Well, basically, it's, like I said before, I think it's an earthwork with a moat upon which sit some crumbling rocks that used to be a castle.
Yeah, we passed by this the last time.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Moving on, the next town would be Curtin. I think you went through there too, didn't you, last time?
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
think we saw anything.
Yeah,
Is
I
there
think
anything
we did go
remarkable
through.
about Curtin?
Probably not.
Curtin, not really. No. And you're not stopping or anything. So then on to Albuquerque. You'll find, as you kind of read through Albuquerque, you'll see that there's a house that looks like it was recently burned, like to the ground, basically.
Oh, my.
It's an ash and ruin of what used to be a house.
Oh.
Looks like witchfinder work to me.
You want to ask
Maybe.
somebody, some local farmer or something?
Yeah, I'll wave someone down and ask them about the house.
So that was Norman Wilkes' house. That witchfinder, Brahe, burned him alive in his own house.
Wow.
Oh.
You saw this witchfinder?
Oh yes, he was here.
Catch his
It
name?
was less than 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Brahe, Niklas Brahe. He's a foreigner.
Looks like the man does good work then.
Well,
But
yes, he
what
did. That Norman was he was of an ill sort. He put the evil eye on a number of great milk cows in the area, and also caused several of our villagers to catch the ague.
see? This man is a professional.
And everything cleared up after he was
If you're looking
burned?
for him, I believe he's in Fosdyke. It's the next village over that way.
All right.
Does it look like there would be anything worth rummaging in the house?
No.
Okay.
No, like I said, this happened almost 2 weeks ago anyway. So.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well,
You want
I
to
feel
sift
like
through the debris?
No. I'm sure everyone else got to it already.
All right.
Well, I'm sure if we follow the trail of burned houses, we'll find the guy.
Well, the next town over is Fosdyke, where he supposedly is.
Okay. All right. Well, let us be on our way.
Oh,
Group.
actually, hold on a second. Let me see here. This guy could probably tell you where to find this dude. Because, he would say, the witchfinder would have told him where he was staying if he needed him again. I'm just trying to find the name of the goddamn place. Oh, I know where it is. Fuck, sorry. Don't mind me. So many pages of maps and NPCs and... Here we go. Oh, I need to fucking find the number anyway. It is one of these. There we go. Yeah, said he's staying in Middlecott's hayloft in Fosdyke.
What was that again?
Middlecott's hayloft.
All right.
George Middlecott. He's a farmer over there. He's got a barn, and they have church services there on Sundays after. Not services, sorry, but they have like Bible readings and stuff. The Puritans there.
Much obliged, good sir. God bless you.
May he watch over you as well.
He always does.
You in needs of a service of a witchfinder yourselves?
Yeah, we're looking for some advice and some wisdom from a wise
You
man.
don't look like farmers.
No. We're travelers.
Well, yeah, just go over to Fosdyke and ask for Middlecott's farm or whatever he's got, Middlecott's barn. That's where you should probably find Brahe or somebody who knows where he is anyway.
All right. Thank you kindly, sir. Let's move out.
I'm gonna give him a gold piece.
You give him a gold piece?
Yeah.
What
I
is
say,
this
I
for?
say, I say, God's
I've
blessing.
done nothing.
God watches all, kind sir.
Oh, well, bless you, sir. Thank you. He tucks it into his he probably wouldn't be wearing a pouch, but whatever he has that he
In his
carries
belt.
stuff in. Yeah, I'm sure he's got
Why not?
some kind of. Yeah, probably does have a pouch. He's gotta have some kind of pocket.
Is my good deed for the day.
He certainly doesn't want to be walking around with it in his hand. Hey, look, that's a gold piece.
Right?
There, now I can kill all the people I want.
What is wrong with you, kitty? What do you want? It's because I'm gaming now. You want attention, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Where's her brush? Let's see. Oh, it's gone. Oh, here it is. So.
As we're riding along,
Mm-hmm.
if we're moving on,
Yeah, you're not far from Fosdyke at all. You're like a mile or two.
I moved my horse over next to Ariana, and I got like kind of a concerned look on my face, and I kind of embarrassedly say, "Sorry about last night. I didn't realize you were a married woman." I tip my hat and ride away.
Do I hear that?
Are you riding close to your bride, to your wife?
I'm just riding among the group.
I don't know. Do you want to hear it? Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened last night, Thaddeus?
Well, I got back home and I was feeling a bit randy, and I asked if she wanted a shag. She said no. So I went to bed and worked it out myself.
No harm, no foul, but she's not really my wife.
Wait, what?
Fair game.
Nah.
All right.
Well, for now, we are married, I guess.
You said it. We can make it official.
No. No, thank you.
Any one of us ranters could perform the ceremony. Pretty much like a toast, and then we're just married, you know?
I will be the best man at this wedding.
Maybe
Be
if you
careful.
prove yourself worthy, Mr. Alcock.
Well, I have no money to give you. My fortunes, my home, and my fortunes are all gone.
I could pay for this wedding. How much would it be?
Well, I mean, I can pay for the wedding. I'm just saying I don't have any lands to give you. I was a lord, but that really means nothing. So you'd be marrying this is what I am, a drunken ranter. Money means nothing. Money comes and goes.
True.
I'd be a horrible husband, but yeah, I don't really want to marry you. I just want to. What Thaddeus was thinking.
And I don't particularly want to marry you, but
Sam
much
will look
worthy
at
would
Rupert.
What'd you say there?
Sam will look at Rupert and he will go, just be careful. You know what they say about things to come easy.
Yeah, and I'm still debating it. I mean, she's like, a foreign woman from Spain. So wait a minute. You're not a witch. What is it? You're a Catholic? That's even worse.
no.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help
No.
but laugh out loud at that.
Yeah, so anyway.
So about halfway between, I think it's about halfway between, a little more than halfway from Albuquerque to Fosdyke. So you're closer to Fosdyke. You're maybe, actually, Yeah, you're only like maybe half a mile from Fosdyke. You'll come by a fine farmhouse with a number of outbuildings. Oh, we never rolled for fucking weather today, did we? Hold on. That's just not right, lads. What the fuck? Where was the weather last time?
It was a fine spring day.
Here it is. It was hot and dry, as I recall, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hot and dry.
So, Mark, roll a d4, please.
3.
Okay, Josh, roll another d4.
2.
Okay. So it is currently May 3rd, I think, or 2nd, something like that. It's very early in May anyway. So the maximum result. Okay, cool. Okay, good. So today it is warm. It's not as hot. It's warm. It's still quite dry. No precipitation out here in the fens. Roll a d4 for me, Merrick.
All right, I got a 2.
Okay. Yep. So it's just a warm, dry day. You know, dry as in no precipitation. Of course, the fens are never dry. But yeah. So yeah, you see this anyway. This fine farmhouse, number of outbuildings. Um, the central kind of building outside of the farmhouse itself is a hall, and it has a sign on it that says Smeaton Hall, Smeaton, Smeaton Hall. I'm sure you'd see some people out, working the actual farm itself too, farmhands and such. You can assume that this is the residence of probably a Lord Smeaton or something, or somebody important with the last name Smeaton.
Uh, I'll talk to one of the field hands or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you know where Middlecott's place is?
Middlecott's, yeah, it's in Fosdyke.
What place is this?
This is Smeaton Hall. This is the home of Lord John Smeaton. Sir John Smeaton, sorry, Sir John Smeaton.
Did you see the witchfinder come through?
He has been seen, yes. I'm sorry, didn't catch your name, my lord.
Lord Rupert Alcock. I'm just.
Lord Rupert Alcock, yes. So,
Yeah,
oh yeah, sorry, you were asking about
making small talk with.
Middlecott's house. I just wanted to tell you, I just got to pull the goddamn map up again. I need those page tabs or whatever they're called. Which one is the house? It's this one here. Correct? Yes. Okay, so if you keep on this road, it's called Miller Lane. If you keep going up Miller Lane here, once you get to Fosdyke, Middlecott's place will be the second on your left, just past, what's that first one called? No, that's not it. I'm on the wrong page. Just past the, well, no, sorry. I apologize. His farm is the first building you'll approach on the left. And do you ask him about the barn? Well,
Yeah.
the barn obviously will be somewhere near the farmhouse anyway.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So if you ask him for the barn, he'd say the barn is just past that.
God bless you.
And
Do I
you
see
as well,
any?
sir.
Do I see any burnt houses or hanging corpses or anything?
God damn, that is a good question. Not out here anyway.
I'll ask like a peasant or something. I'll say, "Has anyone been declared a witch by the witchfinder?"
Well, he looks noticeably uncomfortable. Give me a roll 2d6 for me there, Ronnie.
9.
9. Okay. Oh shit. What's that on the reaction table?
I think it's indifferent.
Oh yeah, and what's your charisma? Do you have a modifier?
It is -1, I think.
Okay, so that brings it down to an 8. 9 would have been unfriendly. You brought him down to neutral. He says, "Oh, I don't think it's right for me to talk about witchfinder business, sir. Ain't been no
Right.
hangings or burnings in Fosdyke yet, anyway. But I know he's been getting around.
I see. I
Anyway,
see.
I better get back to work before
Of course, of course.
Lord's meeting.
D-
starts.
don't let me keep you. Thank you for your time, and I'll hand him a silver piece.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you." He greedily
A
tucks it
drink
into
on
a
me,
pocket.
sir. All right, and then I guess we'll go to the farm.
Yep, and so you keep on going towards Fosdyke proper. By this point in time, it'll be about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on this dry and warm May day. It's May 3rd, yeah, Saturday, May 3rd. And let's take a bio break. So, because I need to change my map, I need to change some names, and I'm gonna
You gotta take a piss.
smoke a joint. Yeah, so we'll take 10 to 15, whatever we need here. So outside of Into the Darkness and Fantastic Dimensions, Josh, do you have any other gaming stuff coming up? I know you were doing some different streaming events before.
Yes. One not being streamed, but I'm playing in a D&D hosted by Sean Little.
Cool.
And I am
Sean's
going
quality.
to be on a D&D stream on every other Thursday, starting from the end of this month, on Lucas. I can never remember his last name, but he's a ITD member.
He's a what?
He's a Into the Darkness member.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he was in If you've seen the Pipeline version 2, he's Harvey.
And what's he running? Sorry.
D&D. He's
Oh,
doing D&D.
playing lots of D&D. All 5th ed.
Yeah, all 5th.
Cool.
I think Sean's is his own custom
blend of
5e.
5th ed. The Sean Little blend.
Yeah, I think he was thinking of. He was originally thinking of running it as 2nd or 3rd edition, but he stuck with 5. But
honestly, 2nd edition, 3rd edition, or 5th edition, I'd probably go with 5 as well. Although, yeah, I wouldn't really choose any of them. But
he stuck
if
with
I had to
5
choose
and he
between
just...
them, I'd probably go with 5. I have better history and memories with 2, but I tried to play 2 a couple years ago, and I was just like, oh my god, this is this is not as good as I remember it.
No, they really aren't.
Oh my god, I hated the fucking whole initiative thing, and I hated the whole way combat was set up. A combat round was 1 minute long. So you could have a fight. If a fight went 20 rounds, that meant that fight lasted 20 minutes. Can you imagine being in a fight for your life wearing armor and swinging a sword for 20 minutes? You'd be fucking knackered. You'd die from exhaustion.
Yep, you would, especially at the high pressure combat you get into in D&D. Like, after a few minutes, you're gonna be out.
And I think about those big battles, right? Like you see in all the movies, like Braveheart, for a perfect example of huge battles. Presumably, some of those battles went on for long periods of time, but maybe they didn't. Maybe they were just a lot faster than we think they were. But you see all those guys at the front. Those guys that charge it. They're all probably dead within a minute or two.
Yep.
I think, man, what a crazy time for warfare.
And to have to wear that armor and shit all the time in the heat.
Yeah, it's crazy,
well, that wasn't a problem for the Highlanders, but
no, not for the Highlanders. No, they just did their best.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well,
On
you think about
Lucas.
the shit that soldiers wear today in places like Iraq and stuff. You know, where it's
Yeah,
fucking
a lot of gear
50
there.
to 50 to 60 degrees Celsius sometimes there in the hot times. You know,
Yeah.
that's fucking insane. And those guys are wearing heavy gear and it looks
Yeah.
hot as fuck. And
And at nighttime it gets very cold.
does it? Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, my brother when he
I'll
was
tell you
over
what.
there.
As far as biomes go, or whatever you want to call them, the desert is one that I have no real interest in spending any time in. I don't know
Nope.
why. I've never even really been in a desert. I've flown over some deserts. I've never been in a desert.
Wouldn't want to be driving through the desert
But
and
I
your
just
car.
have like this
I
I don't
wouldn't want
know,
to go
man.
backpacking.
Like I have this like psychological thing about the concept of a desert. Even when I used to read books and deserts just freak me out. It's like, man, yuck.
Well, and I'm like I don't really care about going on a cruise ship or something like that. I'm like, I've read too much Cthulhu to be out on the ocean, man.
I'd do it.
Ian,
Well, I would do a
did,
cruise ship now, not in 2020, but you know.
See,
What's up,
Ian,
Rob?
did you ever read Carlos Castaneda?
Oh yeah, I have.
Carlos Fastanada?
No, Castaneda.
Castaneda. Carlos
He was
Castaneda.
an
That name sounds.
anthropologist that went down into the desert of
Oh
Mexico.
no no
And,
no no! I never read it, but I definitely recognize his name. I know that name for
yeah,
sure.
it's pretty interesting. The first
Like,
couple of books were pretty good.
see, I don't understand people who go backpacking in the outback in Australia.
But ironically, despite my aversion to deserts, one of my favorite novels, period, but definitely my favorite sci-fi novel is Dune.
Dune is. But will the remake movie be any good?
probably
I don't know
not.
who's directing it.
I have
It's
not a
Dennis
fucking clue.
Villeneuve, isn't
Michael
it?
Bay.
Shut
It's
up.
not Michael Bay.
I want to say it was Dennis Villeneuve. Villeneuve. I can't pronounce his name properly.
Let's have a look.
I want to say he's Brazilian, but I could be wrong about that too. Maybe he's Portuguese. I don't fucking know.
Well, I just want to
Yeah,
say,
Dennis Villeneuve. Villeneuve.
I think it'll look. I think it'll look good at least. He did a great job with Blade Runner.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
and the cinematography is Greg
I
Fraser.
like the old the one with Sting. A lot of people don't like that
It's a
one, but
classic. I mean, it's very very Lynch. You know.
I really like that one too, though.
I like it too though, but after I read the book, I don't know if I would like it very much. I haven't watched it since I read the book.
and I never watched there was a series, a mini series or something.
Yeah, I saw that on Sci-Fi Channel back in the day, before it was just called Sci-Fi with Y's. It was
Yep.
the actual Sci-Fi Channel. It was spelled spelled correctly. Ugh. Yeah, I saw that. That was actually I thought it was decent at the time. It was a lot more true
Yeah.
to the books, but it wasn't as good. It didn't look as
It's
good. The acting
yeah,
was nowhere near as
really
good
suffered
as
from the special effects. Yeah.
yeah, it didn't look as good or have as good of fucking actors and stuff as the David Lynch film, of course.
I just can't see a movie covering the book. You know, it have to be a 3-part movie and like a trilogy, and then people would get tired of waiting for it because it's so detailed. You'd think,
Maybe,
oh,
yeah.
where was I? Who was doing what?
Well, you know, they'd have to chop it up a bit, like they did with the Lord of the Rings.
Or
You
do
know,
like do like the Game of Thrones type of series.
Yeah, I think a
That's what
good
a lot of
high
these books
budget
do.
oh yeah, and then just
TV series.
but unlike the Game of Thrones series, the Dune series is already complete. So
Yeah, they don't have to make up an entire couple
yeah,
of seasons worth of.
we're not talking about Game of Thrones here.
Jesus Christ.
I like that Stephen King Dark Tower series, and that movie totally sucked. That needs to be a series of
They're
shows.
making a TV series. Oh, I don't know if it got cancelled. They were making a TV series, but I think they stopped it and just cancelled it due to COVID. And
I
just
think they're making a series about the Stand for Stephen King.
yeah,
We've already had one.
Another one?
I think they're
That
making a
was
new
a
one.
great
yeah,
book.
they're making a new one. Yeah,
Why
Everything's
not?
Stephen King is everywhere now because they're making more Netflix adaptations. There's gonna be like 4 next year apparently.
Yeah,
I don't
and now
know
his
what on what, but
kids write books and got movies too now.
he's
Well,
getting
at least
all-
Stephen King writes books.
yeah.
It's too bad
Is
George Martin. Too bad George Martin doesn't.
Stephen King writes a book.
He
Writes a book every year.
he's got 2 more after the one he's finished. He's got another one. So I
Yeah,
don't.
George is always writing books, just not Game of Thrones books.
Yeah,
George Martin's
And
last
what-
Game of Thrones publication came out in 2011.
he
Yeah,
made a deal with the devil that when
And
he finished
the last
book, he
good one that he
died.
wrote came out in 2000.
Yeah, but he's working on a new one. The new one. Then there's one
He's
after
been working
that.
on it for
the
9 years.
final.
Like, give me a break.
But
He
Do you
doesn't
know
want
the
to
worst
finish
thing?
it. He wants
He's-
to.
he's writing a video game.
It's gonna end up like the Wheel of Time or something, where he just drags it on and on and on forever. Then he's gonna die, and somebody else is gonna have to fucking finish it,
Yeah, but the problem is,
and it's probably gonna suck.
he has just written, or is still writing, an entire lore for a game called Elden Ring. Like he's created the entire world for that game.
Yeah, I know. It's by From
So-
Software and all that. But listen, are
So
you a
where's the
George
book?
Are you a George R. Martin apologist?
No, I just want the book. I want the book, and he decided to make a game.
Look, I'm telling you, he made a deal with the devil, and it's like you can have a life of riches, but as soon as you finish the book, your soul is mine. So he has to put it off. And
He's got one more after that. So
I like his short stories more than his actual books.
Yeah, they were good.
however, the Netflix
I never read
adaptation
the
of
stuff
one of them
before I
is
saw
terrible.
the show was cool, and then I listened to the audio books while I was painting minis.
Oh, what's that sci-fi one that's really terrible? It's a terrible Netflix adaptation of one of his short stories.
Did you know that George R. R. Martin was the first person ever to write the word Githyanki?
Really?
Yeah, they were
Oh.
an alien race in one of his sci-fi books, I think back in the day, or maybe it was a fantasy book. I think it was a sci-fi book. Yeah, it was an alien race
Oh.
that had been imprisoned or enslaved by another alien race, just like the Githyanki in D&D were by the Illithids, the Mind
Yeah,
Flayers.
I've always
Wow.
liked them as a.
But beyond that, I don't think they had any similarities or anything of that sort.
He
But
used
that,
to play.
I found that interesting.
He used to play that. He used to run a superhero
Yeah, it was
Wild
game,
Card.
didn't
BRP
Yeah.
Super World.
he?
And they wrote a
Yeah.
series on it too. Aces High.
Yeah, Wild Cards is a
Wild
series.
Cards.
Yeah.
Wild Cards, yeah, that's
They're
it.
supposed to turn that into a like an HBO show or something
TV.
like that.
Yeah, it's still in production.
Interesting.
But he needs to finish this. It won't
Ian
get
is
finished.
already snoring.
Who's snoring?
You are. As soon as you hear superhero.
Oh, kind of. I wasn't snoring, but yeah, I was daydreaming.
Game of Thrones won't get finished. It'll just never get finished. And when it does,
So
it'll be
then the
terrible.
TV series will always be the canon ending.
Yeah, that'll.
Wah, 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 wah,
John's
wah.
ending, I'm fine with. It's just everyone else's ending I'm not fine with.
Yeah, dude. Making the kid. What was
Oh,
his
I
name?
heard this was verboten. Sorry.
What?
Didn't Roddy say it's verboten?
I don't know. It makes
What,
it look.
spoilers?
The
Oh,
whole.
Yeah.
the ending. The ending. Sorry.
It was just lazy writing, I think, making dickhead.
Fuck that show.
Yeah, they said they rushed it so they could go make
I
a Star
still,
Wars.
I still remember watching that fucking shit last year, and I was so pissed off.
John's ending, though, I liked that. Him just
Well, at
going
least you didn't have
with
to wait like 10 years for it or something, you know.
evil.
Right.
Yeah, seriously.
No, you did. The series was on for like 10 years, but
Yeah, I know. I kept up with it.
And HBO wanted to give them a full 10 seasons.
That's what pisses me off is that they fucking abandoned Game of Thrones so they can watch Star Wars.
Which
And
they
they can
and
make
then
Star
they-
Wars. And then they fucked up they fucked Game of Thrones up so much that Disney was like, you know what? Why don't you try again in a couple of years?
well, Ronnie, if next time if you want to save yourself a little bit of time, watch Penny Dreadful. It only takes them 3 seasons to ruin that show.
or if it's a good show, they cancel it for no reason.
The first 2 seasons of that show were great too.
I think I watched the first season of it.
Yeah, I've only watched the first series of Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, better.
That was what inspired me to run a Cthulhu by Gaslight campaign, actually.
Yeah.
I'd been watching a lot of stuff set in that time period anyway, so I said, why not?
George R. R. Martin, I just was thinking of a story, a book that I read. It's called Fever Dream, and it was a vampire story, which was unusual for him to do a kind of a horror. It wasn't real horrific, but it took place
George,
on a steamboat on the Mississippi back in the 1800s.
I think I read that one. He actually does a lot of short horror stories. He
Yeah, those
wrote
are good.
Yeah, he wrote I forgot what it was called, but he wrote one that was about uh like meat puppets, and there's like a rig on another a rig like an oil rig company or some shit on another planet, and then after work the guys just go down to like this brothel, but the brothel was made out of the women there were like corpses or something, and so you could like control the corpse to do what you want, and that it was like a meat puppet kind of thing where it was like the best brothel in the galaxy or whatever, because you can move the puppet to do it. It basically synced up with your mind, but it was like a zombie puppet thing. And it was like, and at the end, I guess the guy got eaten or some shit. I forgot, but it was pretty
That's
interesting.
horrific.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So he writes pretty cool
This sounds like a
short horror.
Lamentations of the Flame Princess adventure.
Yeah, he writes pretty cool short horror stories. So
Yeah,
I
that's it.
recommend them.
Night Flyers is another short horror story. They were, but it has a really terrible TV series, so don't watch it. It's on Netflix. It looks good. It's just awfully done. Good cast, just
That's
awfully done.
that's the one in space where that was terrible. That was
Yeah.
really bad. It was on. I think it was on Sci-Fi first, and then they moved it to Netflix or something.
Yeah, I think so. It looks
It was
good.
yeah, it was the story was just kind of. I never
They
read
just,
the.
yeah.
Okay.
They ruined the story. They ruined it.
Let's see here. Now, the intermission over. A couple points of order. Something I meant to say at the beginning of the session is if anybody's watched this far and skipped the break, if you don't know already, I always switch the break screen so you can fast forward the video and get past all of our small talk. But go to lotfp.com if you want to see any of the books that they print for the game. They have some really cool shit. You can also find it on DriveThruRPG if you like to look at PDFs. You can probably see some samples and stuff on there. They have free stuff though on the website too, like the rules you can get for free. You can get the referee book for free. There's even a couple of really cool big free adventures as well. So, so yeah, if you're interested, if you've watched this campaign or if this is the first session you ever just looked at, check it out. It's cool shit. Then I need to change my image here because you are now coming to Fosdyke, but I don't want to just change that image. I want to rename it. That is the POH map, Parts of Holland map. Okay. Here's an image I don't think we need anymore. No, we don't. So this will now become our Fosdyke map, okay? How big is that fucking thing? It's not too bad, actually. I'll make it more appropriate so it doesn't block out any names. Put it right over there, and it should now show you a little map of Fosdyke, right? You guys are coming from the north along the Miller Lane, as I mentioned before, you might recall. You've passed Smeaton Hall, of course. Like I said, it was probably half a mile or so outside of the village proper. This map is Fosdyke. Sorry, I'll rename my images so I know what the fuck I'm doing when I switch around between all this shit. There we go. So Fosdyke. As you're riding in, it gets a little after 3 p.m. So it's still plenty of daylight left because it's the 3rd of May, Saturday, 1642. The first place on the left is a rather rickety medieval building. The site that it's built on, let's see, yeah, you guys are locals and stuff. You might kind of recognize from some of the remaining bits of wall and stuff that lie around. Looks like it was once a Roman villa. Now, it's been a while since the Romans were here, obviously, but you would probably just kind of recognize the stone patterns and such. You'd probably see a man in the back of the farmhouse who's plowing in the field.
Which one is the farmhouse?
That's the first house there, number 1 on the left. Okay. I think it's number 1 anyway. I should actually sync up with this here. That would be easier. Fosdyke Village. Here we go.
Front door.
The man who's plowing in the back anyway, you would see is dressed in severe black, like very Puritan looking.
Puritan.
And
I mean, that could be the lord of the house plowing his own field.
Yeah, could very well be.
I'm not very charismatic, so I shouldn't do the talking.
Well, let's go to the front of the house and knock on the door. I'll do the talking.
Let me get my rope out. You never know when you might need it.
Is the number 2 the barn?
Number 2 is the barn. Yes. Wait. No. Yeah, number 2 across the street is not the barn. Number 2 across the street is the watermill. Doesn't look to be very effective, as the flow in the mill race is pretty pathetic. The mill is dirty and run down. The roof looks leaky. The mill pond at the back is green with scum and slime. Looks like it needs a good clean out. There's a wheeled duckling stool installed nearby. You know those would be used for like for witch interrogation stuff, that kind of ducking. You know what ducking is, right?
Yeah. So we're standing. You can see number 3 too. What's that?
Yeah, let's see here. Man, I need to make this bigger so I can see what you're looking at there. Okay, pow. Number 3. That building is a house.
All right.
Just looking to see if there's anything else significant about it. Just a house. Yep, that's just a house. Looks like a few houses there on that side of the street.
All right, I'll go up to the front door of the number 1 house and bang on the door.
To the front of the farmhouse? You can go
Yeah.
up, bang on the door?
Yep. Like a cop.
Yeah, okay. Door opens up and you see a boy. Looks like he's maybe 9. He looks at you.
Boy,
confused.
Is this the Middlecott residence?
Mom! And he closes the door in your face.
Little
He
brat.
was also dressed all in kind of severe black. And
Keep your, don't say anything. These are Puritans. They take everything real seriously. So best behavior.
several
Isn't it
seconds
kinda
later,
hard to wear black?
the door will open again, and there's a woman. Looks to be maybe in her 30s. She's dressed all in black as well.
I will tip my hat, lady. I am Lord Rupert Alcock. Is this the Middlecott residence?
Yes, it is. My husband should be out in the field.
Well, we have come to meet the witchfinder. You know where he may be.
Ah, I'm glad you asked.
Really?
No. That's me, not her. Because I don't even actually know at the moment. Let me see. Roll a d8 for me.
6.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Brahe isn't here at the moment."
You know where he went?
He always goes out on Saturdays. He
Do you know
usually
when he'll
comes
be
back
back?
around 9.
9 at night?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Thank you.
Tomorrow is worship day, of course, or whatever the
Thank
fuck Puritans would say. I don't know what they'd call it.
thank you for your time, madam. I tip my hat and
She
turn away.
says, "My lord." You introduced yourself as a lord. I presume you are a lord of some sort, yeah? Or is that
Yes,
just what you call yourself?
I am. It's just
Okay, cool.
all the money's gone.
Yeah, just double checking. So, yep, she's my lord, and then she'll nod and close the door.
All right, boys. He's out till 9, so I guess where's the pub, right?
Is it carousing time?
Well, I don't know. It's
Hey
not crowd.
there! The gentleman is coming around from the field, coming around the side of the house. Calls out to you.
Hello. Yes, sir. I'm Lord Rupert Alcock, and these are my associates. We were just speaking with your wife.
Is there something I can help you with, sir?
We were just looking to meet Mr. Nicholas Brahe, and
Nicholas
she
Brahe. Yes, Mr.
informed.
Brahe, yeah, he's gone for the day.
Yes, that's what she told us, that he'd be back tonight.
Are you in need of a witchfinder? I can direct him to you if you wish, if you're going to be
Uh,
staying.
Evan, what do you think?
Yeah, he could find us in the local pub. I guess that'd be a
Where is the
nice.
local tavern?
Oh, down at the end of the street on the right,
Okay.
there's an
Have,
ale
have him
house.
have him meet us there.
Very well.
Thank you, sir, for your time, and God bless.
You said you introduced yourself as Lord Rupert Alcock, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He says, "Yes, my lord. May the Lord be with you." Or whatever. That sounded very Catholic. I don't think he'd say that. Whatever.
Peace, peace be you,
He says a
peace be with
blessing or
you,
whatever,
sir.
and you as well.
Catholic, Protestant, Puritan.
Mm-hmm. You
To the
go down
pub.
past all these houses down to number 5 is the ale house.
Yeah, okay. We'll go
Do,
in.
do, do I see any burned houses or hanging corpses?
Well, you'd see number 11, which is the market square. But before you see that, you'd see the building number 10, no, number 6 and number 10 on the left. So number 6 is a barn. Yeah.
Everybody's sleeping.
Number 10 is a large church. Looks like some of the parts of it date back to Saxon times, but it's been extensively rebuilt and enlarged. And number 11 over there is the market square. It's unpaved, patch of bare ground, marked, well, with like what would obviously have been muddy puddles at some point. They're still probably kind of muddy, but there's not much water at the moment. It's a pretty dry day. Um, at the center of which there is a market cross. It's kind of wonky, leans a little bit to the west. Um, Anything else you'd be able to see from here? I guess you might see number 12 across the market square, since the square is empty at the moment for the most part. Looks like there's 2 sets of stocks back there, heavy wooden bars and a frame set to the so whoever's in them can sit facing the market square. And there is nobody in them at the moment. Number 13 is a smithy on the other side of the kind of opposite side of the square from where you are. I guess maybe be able to see a bit of number 14 as well. Is that anything? Number 14 is just another building. You can't quite tell what it is. Maybe a shop or something.
I want to take note of the local women. Like, do they seem more covered up than normal, or like what are they dressing like here?
Oh yeah. These there's a lot of Puritans here.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably looking at me funny.
And like I said, this area is predominantly Puritan, and they're very much on the side of the rebels, if you wish, the parliamentarians, not loyalists to the king.
I'll nod over to Ariana. I'll say, yeah, take note of the locals.
Why do they dress so? Why do they close themselves away? Why are they not free? Why?
I think it makes them pure by repressing their sexuality and stuff.
It keeps them.
Life is about being free. You need to be free.
Don't stick around them. They'll accuse you of being a witch.
It keeps them free of the noose and the stake.
That's the kind of thing a witch says. Dancing all naked in the woods in the full moon with the devil. Don't talk like that.
I'm getting more.
Dance naked in the woods. I have a bit more dignity than that.
Well, these are just the stories I've heard. I mean, you don't have to be a witch to dance naked in the woods, but
well, if you came to Spain, you would see how different it is over there.
Yeah, one day we'll get there. I hear there's a lot of gold in Spain. I hear stories about Spanish gold all the time.
So they say.
Well, you should know, right?
Yeah. I should know, and maybe I do, maybe I don't.
I should also probably point out to you, not everybody in this town is Puritan. A lot of them just look to be kind of Anglican as well. That church, by the way, that you saw was Anglican.
Okay.
Okay. I should have pointed that out. That would have been probably something you'd want to know. So it's an Anglican, but the Puritans are just radical Anglicans anyway.
Yeah.
Basically, at the end of the day.
Maybe we should stop by the marketplace and buy some normal clothes for the woman.
She'll be fine.
I do not want to be wearing these kind of clothes.
Just pull your cloak up close around, and cover your cleavage, and you're my exotic with that.
I'll wince when he says cleavage. That's not a proper word for a company of gentlemen.
As you wish, my lord.
Cover thy bosom.
As you wish, my lord.
And
we're gonna need a new.
I will not let anything happen to you. I promise you that. If anyone does that to you, they will lose that hand.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
Yeah, make sure you write that. Make sure you write that down in your book.
Yeah.
That
goes for any of you guys. If anybody tries to mess with you, I'll be there. You're my guys. Brothers in arms, brothers in Christ.
To the pub.
Yes. Let's not get too crazy, but we will have a little drink. We had a little bit of a drive. We're a little bit parched.
Well, and here's the thing. I assume you ate some kind of lunch on the road. Well, you left around midday. I guess you could have had an early lunch before you left.
And breakfast.
But the ale house. So this is a traditional ale house. Basically, it's someone's house. And the parlor serves as a public room. And there's a woman there selling ale, which, is universally drunk in the 17th century as it's healthier than the water, especially when you live in a swamp. And teetotalers are unknown in this time period. Although Puritans would be teetotalers, wouldn't they?
I thought so, but
I think they would be.
I
Yeah,
thought they were
Puritans didn't drink. I don't think. So
no
there's no
drink.
Puritans in the alehouse. Just Anglicans. Regular old English locals, right? Um,
Oh, okay. So we might
let me
not have.
see here. Yep, there's a woman there. Um, she's a pretty good-looking woman, probably approaching her middle age, serving ale in her parlor.
Good lady, serve us up.
Yeah, I'll say buy a round for the house. I'll put a gold coin on the table.
Yeah, there's probably like it's an ale house, right? So there's probably like what 3 or 4 people in here.
Yeah, a round for
You
everyone.
put a gold on the table.
Yep.
Okay.
God bless you, Brother Conley. That's good,
I spread my rich to the poor people of the world.
as you should.
The woman,
It's time.
the woman gestures at the back door of the parlor, which you assume probably just leads into her house. And there's a large iron key there hung up on a hook beside it. She goes, "I keep the key to the stocks, so if you guys get rowdy, well, you'll find yourselves in them for the night."
Don't tempt me with a good time, woman.
And she starts serving up an ale. She says she brews right here it's right here on the premises. It's Marjorie's ale.
Wait, how drunk do I get?
Does she have anything other than ale?
I'm sorry.
Does she have anything other than ale?
You offend the woman. You offend the mistress of the
Honey,
house.
I'm right here. You can speak to me directly.
Oh, do you have anything other than ale?
This is an ale house. What do you want?
Well, I'm just wondering if you have anything else there as well.
Not
just
here
with
in the
my
parlor,
husband.
no.
Well, I won't make you go out your way to get anything
Give me
else.
give me a 2d6 roll. What's your charisma, Ariana? Your modifier?
+1,
Okay, so add a +1.
7.
Oh, it wouldn't be a +1. Sorry, subtract a 1. So it's
So
5, yeah?
6, because I got 7, so 6.
Oh, you rolled a 7, so it
Yeah.
becomes a 6. Okay, she says, "I might have, some milk or yeah, I might have some milk in the house if you don't mind waiting."
No, I don't mind at all.
Ariana, drink the ale like a good. You're in England. Have the English experience. Have an ale.
I just think it's the rudest
And
thing
she
ever
immediately pours another ale and puts it up there for you, Ariana.
How do you go in an ale house and not drink ale? It's so rude, so disrespectful.
Experience the culture.
I put down my empty mug, wipe my mouth on my sleeve, and
she pours you another
ask
one.
for another
There's
one.
a gold piece on the table, so she pours you
Mm.
another one.
It must be a Spanish thing
It
to.
says, "Thank you for. I will try your ale," and she'll basically just sip on that ale for the rest of the.
Trust me, when I'm in Spain, I plan on drinking Spanish wine or whatever the hell they got down there.
Do you want coin? Or I'm sorry, do you want coin? Do you want change for that gold piece, Evan?
No, keep
Leave it
the
there.
change.
Okay, she does.
Tell you
That's
what.
enough for like 100 ales.
Holy
More
Good
than
shit.
lady,
100
is there
ales.
any place?
I'm on my fourth one already.
50.
So what's your drinking?
Sorry, 1 gold is
yours?
50 silver, which is 500 copper. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 500 copper. And usually an ale is around like 3 or 4 copper. So yeah, I mean, are you gonna sit in here and try to drink all day?
I'm just drinking
You've got
one.
about
I'm just having the one.
You got about 6 hours or so before your man
I'm
comes.
gonna try and rile up the locals to a gambling session.
Is there food in here?
No.
I'll gamble with you.
A don't think
Yeah.
there's food in the ale house.
Are you gonna be staying here?
We're waiting for the
What do you
witchfinder to
mean?
come meet us.
What do you mean staying here? Marjorie says.
Is there an inn in town?
No.
I point at.
This is a village, sir, not a town.
Oh, okay. Well,
Even the witchfinder sleeps in someone's hayloft.
that's
Well,
fine.
How much to stay here for the night?
And she looks at you and says, to stay here in my parlor.
Yeah.
She looks around. She thinks about it. She says, "That's too much work involved. I'd have to move all the beer out of here." And
I'll put another gold coin on the table.
in my parlor. I don't even know who you are. I don't know if I want you sleeping in my parlor.
What? I don't. We can sleep outside. It don't matter.
All right. I'll slowly put the gold coin back into my pocket as low as possible.
Okay.
Such a shame looking to part with my coin here, but I
You
guess I'll
serve food
stay.
here.
Hmm?
You serve food in this place.
No, she said it was an ale house
This is an
only.
ale house.
Is there anybody that
Guys,
serves?
this is Marge. This is Pullett's ale house. I'm Marjorie Pullett. I serve ale here on the premises.
Is there any place in
This isn't an inn. This isn't a tavern. This isn't a pub or a bar.
Is there a place that serves food in this village?
Well, there are lots of farmers around.
Who makes the best?
Let's see, what else is there? Give me a reaction roll, Lord Alcock.
All right.
2d6, what's your charisma modifier?
Plus
What-
one.
So
With the
make it a
bonus for the
2d6
gold
minus
piece?
1
Why is it minus?
because you want to roll low on reaction rolls, not high.
My
You want to
chart,
roll high on reaction
my
rolls.
chart has
12 is hostile, 1 is like super friendly or something.
my chart has 12 is helpful and 2 is hostile. I don't-
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm using the Grindhouse edition.
Oh, they reversed it. That's weird. All
Yeah,
right. Well,
see, it's. Oh, no. Sorry, I've
I
got
got a 7 then if I'm going
indicator
low.
thing. Yeah, I've got a. You can't fucking see it, but I'm using my referee guide thing, so. So it's -1 because I said so, Mark. Which
Okay. I got a 7.
Well, does he get? Hold on. Do you get another -1 since I have? I spent a lot of money at this
it wouldn't
place.
make a difference anyway. It's neutral.
Yeah.
All right. And now I forgot the question. What was the question again?
Where do they? Who makes the best stew in town?
Ah, right. Well,
It's ale. I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, I'm tired of trail rations. I'm tired of nuts. I'm tired of bread. I want meat.
she says Perseverance Hedger has a
Perseverance. Where's she at?
yeah. She's got a butcher house
Point her out to us.
or butcher shop. I mean, sorry. Point her out to you.
Yeah, which direction?
Hold on, let me look at this map again. She says go out here, turn right, and her building's there, kind of across from this one. It's number 14 on the map, she says. No.
So another
Alright.
round.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I'll down another ale.
It's right beside the stocks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll down another ale, and then I'll march over to her house.
Yeah, I'll go with.
I'll get another round.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
still sipping the same
Yeah.
drink.
I have already. I'm probably on my. I think I'll probably be on my 4th now.
Whew.
Pounded
And
it.
I've just now that I've taken off the edge, I'm gonna enjoy this one.
I'm still sipping my first one. I'm probably not even halfway through it.
Keep Ariana company.
I slammed the first one and I carried the second one with me.
So Perseverance Hedger. Sorry, did I say she? It's a he. Apologies.
I just assumed it was a woman's name.
No, Perseverance is a man's name.
I assumed his gender.
You go up and kind of like knock on his door.
You got, yeah. It's not a shop. It's just a house. This village sucks.
What a shithole.
I copied his door again.
Let's see here. Give me a 1d6 roll. Sorry.
4.
4. Okay. So you
That's
knock on the
mine.
door. The shop seems to be closed. You
What
knock on
kind
the
of town
door.
is it?
You knock on the door. Well, by this point in time, it's what, like 5 o'clock or something? Maybe, no, I guess not that late. No, still not even, maybe 4 o'clock. So, okay, anyway. Still, the door opens and you see this man. Let me see here. Where's his stats? Yeah, he's a big, hefty kind of farm boy looking type guy. He's really good looking too. Um, but he looks to be a bit drunk
Um,
as he kind of tries to focus on you. You knocked, right? Oh,
yeah,
Rupert.
yeah.
Yeah. This is
Good sir. We need some meat.
meat.
Yeah, what do you got? We got
I got some fish, some pheasants.
No, we want the good stuff. We want pork and
beef, pork,
sausage.
bacon. I'll take a hunk of bacon.
Bring out your best meat, meat man.
Yeah, come on, open up for us. I'm Lord Rupert Alcock. I'm just passing through town. Me and my boys need some meat.
Give me a reaction roll now, please. Just a straight roll because your -1 for your charisma is gonna be a +1 for his being drunk. So
So 9.
9 is unfriendly. He says, "Fuck off, I'm closed," and he slams the door shut.
You don't want to make a gold coin, you bastard? I yell that through the door.
Okay, you don't hear anything back.
Kind of shithole town is this?
I don't know. Maybe we might have had better luck and have the damn
This fucking one
make-
butcher, no inn having town. It's not a town; it's a village. Like I said,
Let's go knock
surrounded
on
by
the
farmers.
neighbors.
Let's go
Think
back.
about it.
Let's get
Now think about it. If the neighbors live next to the meat man, they're sure to have meat themselves.
You mean building number 15 on the map?
Yeah.
Why don't we go back
Um,
to the Middlecott place and have them make us dinner, and we can just wait for the guy to come back.
So that's across the river.
Let's go
I think
talk
the
to the
river's
neighbors
called
first.
the Wash here, if I recall correctly.
We gotta make Ian work a little bit.
So there's a bridge here, taking main road over the mill stream that's wide enough for a small farm cart or 2 horses abreast. Upstream from it is a wooden platform where it looks like villagers can collect water from the stream. Downstream, there's another wooden platform that serves as an outdoor laundry. It is not raining. Yeah, let's see here. Roll a d3 for me, Josh, and roll a d6 for me, Merrick.
That would be 1.
Okay, Merrick.
I rolled a 6.
6. So there is 1 woman and 6 children laboriously cleaning clothes. You can see they got fire going. They've got big pots of boiling water. You see ashes. They're using ashes. And they're beating something into these clothes with a paddle. And some of them have then taken those over to a corrugated washboard and are scrubbing away.
Washer women.
So that's your building number 15. It's the laundry. That's your neighbors. The other neighbors are the stocks. I guess you could go to building number 13, but I think I already told you what that was, didn't I?
No.
Yeah, that's the smithy.
Okay.
I want to find a woman working not at the laundry place, but just maybe like outside their house or something.
The smithy, by the way, is completely silent. It doesn't look like the smith is working. I'm sorry, what did you just say, Ronnie?
I want to find a woman that's working close to her house, and then I want to ask her if she has any meat to sell.
Okay. Let's see here. Back up a map. It's right here. For some reason, that page keeps sticking there. Okay, maybe building 7. What's there? Nope. That's not a house. So we'll say it's the house on the other side of the inn, yeah? Going back the way you came, there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses there before you got to, not the inn, the ale house, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you'll find a woman there. You'll catch one outside of her house. Let me just see here. Okay. She is wearing all black.
Good afternoon, madam. I'm new here in town, and I have quite the hankering for some meat. I was wondering if you would have some from the butcher. Unfortunately, I just passed by there, but he's closed. I'm hoping you would help a gentleman out. I have coin to pay with.
Roll 2d6. Did you say you have a charisma modifier 1?
Yeah, -1. I got
What'd you roll?
5.
Okay. She says, "Yeah, sure. I can sell you a little bit.
What do you got?
You just want meat?
Prefer pork. Oh, have it.
Let me see here. Yeah, I've got some pork. That's all you want, just salted pork.
And do you have sausage?
No.
All right, just the pork then. How much?
How much do you want?
I'll look back at my comrades. Enough to feed them plus 3.
So there's what, 6 of you, right?
Yeah.
Plus 3 is 9. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. 15 silver.
All right, I hand her a gold piece. See what she does.
She says, "Oh, I don't know if I have enough change."
Keep the change, madam.
Oh,
Or your trouble.
thank you. Here. She
Would
goes back in
you
the
give her a
house.
gold?
She goes back in the house. She comes out. She gives you a loaf of bread and a wedge of cheese as well.
Ah,
Thank you for your kindness, madam. Much obliged.
Thank you for yours, sir. God
did you
bless
give her
you.
a gold piece?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
You're gonna
I'll
like
be,
set the economy of this town.
You
I'll
guys
be the
just
fucking.
flashing cash everywhere. Boom, gold, gold,
I'll
gold.
be the guy. I'll be the goddamn Robin Hood in this game.
Rogues to riches. This is high rollers.
Trying to
Okay.
make
So you
people's
got some
lives
pork.
better.
You got salted pork, bread, and cheese.
Oh,
All right, back to the ale house.
that's a meal. Got some ham hocks. Let's get back there and munch down.
We're eating good. We're eating good tonight, man.
That woman said we couldn't sleep there. Well, I guess we're not trying to sleep. Just kill some time.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll crash at the we'll bum a night at the witchfinders. Or I guess he'd bumming there too.
So you hang out at the ale house until after 9 p.m.
Yep.
Marjorie's looking kind of tired, kind of like she wishes you guys would all just fuck off. But you did pay a gold piece, so she's sticking around and pouring ale, and she's smiling.
Money buys happiness, friends.
Alcock, did you make a reaction roll with her?
With her, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Give me one now. 2d6.
4 with a -3 or a -1. It's a 3.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she doesn't, she doesn't seem too perturbed as she's hanging out and continues pouring you guys ales. You paid enough for hundreds of ales. So
You better think.
how many ales are you drinking? Because you guys do still have hours to kill. So, and some of you are ranters. I'm sure somebody's drunk.
I'm trying to restrain myself, but
I'm getting drunk.
I'm not talking about carousing roll drunk. I'm just saying.
yeah,
How long have we
Intoxicated.
been here?
Hmm?
How long have we been here?
Probably about 3 hours.
about 3
3
hours.
hours.
Oh wait, sorry, more than that. Sorry, you got back here. More like
6
four and a
hours.
half, 4.5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours.
Half hours.
After you went
Yeah.
out and walked around a little bit and did all your shit.
I'm getting wasted.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 9:30.
Eat, drink, maybe
Yeah.
take a little nap.
I'd probably up to be like around 16 or 17 by this point. Drinking like 3 an hour after. So I had the first 4 quick. And then I
Okay.
kind of pace myself like 3 an hour after that. Just keep it mellow.
Add a little bread and cheese in there to soak it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty buzzed by now. I'll yell at the
Okay,
woman.
give me a poison save for that one. That's a lot of beers. It's a lot of ale.
Let's see here.
It's not gonna you're not
I
gonna
got a good
fucking
save.
burn down the inn or anything. It's just
Yeah, I rolled an 18 over 8.
boom. Yeah, you're not even affected by it. You're not gonna suffer any negatives for anything.
Nice.
Big
You've
boy.
just got you just keep on a nice buzz.
Yep.
Take a lot.
I wanna ask the owner, where can I take a piss?
River.
Probably just out back. Yeah.
Don't fall in the river.
Where's the pot? Isn't there a pot we piss in?
A piss pot?
It's not an inn.
I don't think so. Not this is her parlor. No, she doesn't let you piss in a pot in her inn. She goes, go on outside over by the what do they
What
call
kind of
it?
establishment is
stream.
this?
You want to use her personal bed tan?
All right, listen. Who's in charge of your little group here? She looks at you, Alcock. She assumes it's you.
The Lord Jesus Christ.
All right.
Please, one of you show your intoxicated friend here where to take a piss outside, not inside my alehouse.
I'll do it, ma'am. I'll handle it. Come
Oh.
on, Evan. Let's go.
I'll hand her another gold coin. I'll be like, sorry, he's retarded.
I'll lead him out to the river.
Wow, that's perfectly
Jose.
good corner.
Jose, what's your charisma?
Hey, you want to pee on the corner of the
It's
building?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. She smiles and looks at you. She says, thank you, sir. At least there's someone civilized in your group.
We try.
I'll hobble outside and start taking a piss.
Okay.
I'll
Did
piss
you go out
you.
with him? So you both go out for a piss. Okay. So in that case,
The snake comes
you
down.
guys are
and bites
both
ya.
outside taking a piss when Niklas Brahe walks into the alehouse,
Of course.
seeing Ariana, Thaddeus, Roy, and Evan. Not Evan, sorry, Samuel, right? Is it Samuel? I can't read my screen this small. Right, okay. Niklas Brahe is a weather-beaten and scarred man in his late 40s. He's wearing a battered steel gorget and a leather stock around his neck, which partly conceals a rope scar. It looks like he's probably been hanged but survived. One of his eyes is covered in a black patch. He's dressed almost entirely in black, no decoration. He has an undyed buff coat marked with a black cross sewn over the heart and a couple of old blood stains and powder burns. His hat is a floppy and weather-stained mess of black leather. He's got good quality hobnailed walking boots. And he looks around and he looks at the 4 of you, right? So what do we got here? We have Thaddeus, Samuel, Ariana. He gets a second look. And Roy, he passes over very quickly. And he looks at Thaddeus and Samuel and says, I understand someone's looking for a witcher or witch hunter a witcher. Yeah, and I guess that's a good place to stop for the night. That's about 2 hours.
Ah, damn. Fucking cliffhanger.
Hi, you're looking for a
Experience.
witcher.
Experience. Yeah, just it wasn't like a lot of things to gain experience from really in this scenario. So, in this adventure or whatever you call it, I'll give you guys all 1,000. Anyway, everybody showed up. Make it 2,000. 2,000 because everybody turned up for the session today, which hopefully will happen for the rest of the sessions for the rest of the campaign. So I'll double the experience bonus. All right. It is Saturday, May 3rd, 1642, about 9:30 p.m. Rupert and Evan are taking a piss over by the stream, and Niklas Brahe is in the room with Thaddeus, Samuel, Roy, and Ariana. That's where we'll pick up next week.
Sounds good.
Cool.